10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is October 3rd and we're going to get started here with this post from Astanita, who said, guys, Sensei Node is looking to do a whale marriage. They have 500 ETH to deploy mini pools. If anyone is interested, I can put you in contact, and there's a link to their website. And then Astanita goes on to say they have recently been approved as one more node for Lido. I'm not sure if this is a good or bad thing, but it is what it is. And then people start talking about like what they're doing, and Astanita says, is there any good source I can send them to explain what a whale marriage is in depth? And Halululo says, so they want to do it, but they don't understand what it is. And Astanita says, I understand it's not the best option, but I prefer if they have the full set of tools and information of Rocket Pool. They have over $200 million in assets. And then Astanita says, what I can see is they're not very interested in Rocket Pool, but have a lot of ETH available and want to explore other options. So I guess they want to stake it, but they want to do it with Rocket Pool, but they don't want the RPL token. I think that's what Astanita here is saying. And then also saying that, I'm not talking with the tech people, just the CEO. He's not very technical. Once I get sent to them, they will know what to do very fast. So Jasper says, how do you know? And to clarifying, do they want to be on the ETH side? And then Jasper says, oh yeah, I see. And then I'll get in touch with the whales. So Astanita here says, I've been in talks many times with Pablo. In fact, already had several Rocket Pool. They already have several Rocket Pool mini pools. He just called me because with the other staking sources are generating ETH, but they want to stake it with Rocket Pool, with RPL, he says, but with Rocket Pool. So then Ramana gets involved, saying, do they need a whale marriage contract, or are they fine with the minimal RPL stake? And Astanita says they're open to different options, and then they need about 100,000 in RPL to stake. And RPL, all the RPL is for the RPL provider. So they'll just be like a split. They'll get the ETH, and the RPL provider will get all the RPL rewards. So then Ramana says that doesn't sound correct. With 500 ETH worth of LEB8s, it would be more like 12,000 RPL or 265,000 US dollars. And then they're just kind of like trying to figure out what the details are. But then Ramana says, put me in touch, and then asking about they're willing to pay. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you've got, a few tens of thousands of RPL lying around, then get in touch with Astanita. Maybe Ramana is also already one step ahead, so I'm not sure where that stands. But if it's something that you're curious about, then look into it. But the reason why I'm covering this is because it's actually really interesting that the whale marriages is still happening. And I think they're going to probably carry on happening. We'll get a few more whale marriages up until the time when NodeSet launches, at which point I think that will kind of be the end of whale marriages, most likely, because people who just want to stake with ETH will just throw it into NodeSet, and people who just have RPL, they'll just throw it into NodeSet as well. So I'm really curious to see how these dynamics will play out, especially with the team making it so the withdrawal address will have like splitting functionalities, where RPL will go to one address and ETH will go to a different address. That's something really curious as well. So there are a few things like that I'm interested to see how they're going to play out in the coming months. But I just thought I'd cover this in case any of you have a few tens of thousands of RPL lying around. And if you want to see the website as well, this is their website, sensainode.com, and they stake on a bunch of different blockchains. And they've like the Ethereum APR is definitely out of date, about 6.7%. That's not the right number now. It's way less than that. But they have Avalanche, Sui, Polkadot, Cosmos, Kusama as well. So they've got lots of different things that you stake on. And here is Pablo. I guess Pablo's the CEO, who's the person who Astanita has been in touch with. So yeah, that's pretty cool if it's something you're interested in. Okay, next we have some updates from Joe here, who shared some screenshots of new commands in the smartnode stack, and there's commands like auction, deposit, mini pool settings. So auction settings, deposit pool settings, mini pool settings, network settings, node settings, proposal settings, and reward settings. So this is Rocket Pool PDAO purpose settings commands, and then there's some more screenshots as well. So this will give you the ability to change parameters through the smart node, saying if you want to change the minimum 10%, maximum 150%, there you go. So Never Ansland says, wow, I've flashed back in the early version of smart node. There's a way to signal for a desired network emission. That was like really, really long before there was any actual smart node. I think that was one of the test versions. And then there was some more discussion about it. And what it's going to look like, and it seems like I had some more information about it, but it seems like they're setting that in place to see what happens when the PDAO gets the guardianship after like on-chain voting happens, and that information will be usable by PDAO members. I think there'll be procedures in place for how that will work. So it says the Rocket Pool PDAO propose setting, make a protocol DAO setting proposal, and then you can do that there. So that's how you can make some of those proposals. So it'll just make it easier to put that onto a vote, and then that will execute automatically. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Joe. Okay, next we have this update here from Schifrin, which is kind of linked to here. It says, hey all, I have Georgia Rack and Landsman here. They were recently awarded a GMC grant for researching node operators with the objective of bringing more node operators to Rocket Pool. I'll be attaching the names of some individuals that may be able to help them during their research. That is all. Thanks all. So let's have a look at that grant and see what they were talking about here before we get back to what they're kind of asking. So here, this says the project is an OpenUX node operator and community user research study. So it says for a version of this grant application with all links included, and then this says you can link this to this page saying what is being proposed. So they're proposing an in-depth user research study that will be conducted to surface the needs, pains, goals, and experiences of Rocket Pool node operators and community members. The insights and recommendations will: number one, support those making decisions in the DAO, improve engagement and messaging with individuals inside and outside of the community, identify new ways to improve governance, participation, and processes, and optimize documentation and support for new node operators. And number two, identify new product and service opportunities that support Rocket Pool's ethos and goals, and also support others building services or tools in the Rocket Pool ecosystem. So then they've got a bunch of research questions that will be answered, such as discover who is currently running nodes in Rocket Pool, discover why node operators are using Rocket Pool over alternatives, and understand the experiences of community members who may or may not be node operators to understand. And then there's some other stuff there, and then they've got different approaches that they're going to be using, and their policies for user data. And then it says, for interviews, we pay people $1 per minute for their time. So for hour-long interviews, we pay people about $60 for their time. But if it's an especially tricky recruit, we may pay up to $200. So all of this stuff kind of factored into their grant application, which is, of course, linked below so you can go and read it. But that grant was approved by the GMC. So now this thread started where you can kind of interact with the people from OpenUX and start getting information from them. So they're saying they're happy to help however you can, and they're trying to gather that information. So they're saying, hi everybody, super excited to kick this off. OpenUX will help Rocket Pool to do our user research in the coming 12 weeks, and our ambition is that the insights generated will enable Rocket Pool to improve the user experience and grow further. So if you are interested in this, then there's a link to the thread in the description below when you can just join the thread to see what's going on. Of course, I'll be giving updates on Rocket Fuel for when they want to talk to community members. If you want to volunteer yourself, you'll of course get paid for your interview time. So it looks like at the moment they just want to talk to the team members and some community members, and then after that they're going to, I guess, start talking to more people and start interviewing more people as well. So I'll definitely keep you up to date with everything that's happening there. Okay, next we have this update from Rocknet in the Holesky Genesis Nerds thread saying Rocket Pool is in the top tier of effectiveness of Genesis validators. So here there's a screenshot and it shows which validators are doing well and which ones are not doing well. So we'll see here that Rocket Pool is pretty much solid green the whole time. It's the fourth line from the bottom. Sorry if you can't quite see it on my screen. Yeah, so it's pretty much solid green the whole time. Others are yellow, green. Some Aragon's black. So I don't know if that means they're just offline. But yeah, Rocket Pool is definitely doing well with the community. They're running tens of thousands of nodes. So great job, you Holesky nerds. Keep up the really great work. And it's really going to be a great resource for the Rocket Pool community to test on Holesky, because we'll have HETH available for community members, and also people will be able to test like the smartnode stack and all that good stuff. So I'm really happy about this. So good job, Rocket Poolers, and congratulations. And Rocknet here in his name says Holesky as how to pronounce it, but I've been saying that right for days now, thanks to Patches or whoever it was that helped me with that. But yeah, good job. Okay, next we have an update here from Rocknet again, but this time it's an update from Stakewise. This is in the friends thread saying from Stakewise, notice of V3 mainnet deployment. The time is finally upon us. The contracts for Stakewise version 3 will be deployed to mainnet over the following 2 weeks. This will kickstart the version 3 shadow launch, allowing all partners to create their vaults and get integrated / set up and ready for the full public launch. We will alert you once the contract deployments are complete. Then it says public launch is penciled in for the first week of November. Confirmation of the exact date will be provided in due course following initial mainnet testing. So then there's some more information that they have as well, saying please plan your pipelines to get your vaults created and branded, ensure version 3 operator is functional, and upload the necessary deposit data files to your vaults during the shadow launch. So one of the things that we've been wanting for a while is for there to be more decentralized staking options available, not just Rocket Pool. We want others to like grow and thrive and do really well. Some of the ones that the Rocket Pool community has been particularly wanting to see is Stakewise version 3, which is their fully decentralized version that they have, that they'll be opening up now so soon. It's been a long time in the making, many months if not over a year. Of course there's Diva that's going to launch in the coming period. Stader have launched, but they've still got some question marks, but it seems like they're getting better every day. So there's a lot of things that are coming online now, and I really hope that each of these can take some percentage points of market share away from Lido. And of course Rocket Pool continues to do that as well, of course. But yeah, if you are interested at all in deploying a vault for Stakewise version 3, familiarize yourself with their documents now, and then you'll be in a position where you can do that come shadow launch. Okay, and to finish the episode, I'm going to be talking about this book that is available on Amazon called Blockchain for Babies. As you all know, I've got a baby that was just born a few months ago, so we bought this book, as you can see right here, Blockchain for Babies. I shared this trading yesterday, and people in trading said that I should do a read along for you all, so that's what I'm going to do now. So this book is called Blockchain for Babies, and it's by Chris Ferry and Marco Tomamichael. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. Sorry, Marco, for butchering that. But that's Blockchain for Babies. So let's have a look. Here's the first page. It says this is a ball, and then it says that to use a coin to buy the ball from Alice. So then there's a coin that you use, and it says everyone can see that Alice has the coin now, but digital coins are invisible. And then there's a little digital coins you buy the coin, and digital coins are invisible. So that's the invisible coin right there. And then you kind of track that invisible coin. So it says, how do we know who has the coin? So then all these different people who've got invisible coins. And it says the blockchain tracks who has the coin with a puzzle. Okay, let's see how it works. So it says Alice has the coin. And then Bob has an apple. So Alice uses the coin to buy the apple from Bob. And then it says this is a transaction. Now everyone knows that Bob has the coin. So that's like the first block in the blockchain. And the next one says that Bob uses the coin to buy a carrot from Charlie. And then this is another transaction. So from Bob to Charlie. And then we have the transactions kind of block onto each other like that. And then it says they connect. So they slot into place properly. So that's the blockchain adding blocks. I'm explaining it as well, just in case you guys don't understand, And then it says Charlie uses the coin to buy a pear from Diana. And it says this is another transaction. And then it says they all form the blockchain. So there's the blockchain, how all the pieces slot together. And then it says Alice pretends she still has the coin. So Alice pretends she has the coin. And then Alice wants to buy the pear from Diana. And this is also a transaction. However, but this is an invalid transaction because it does not fit into the blockchain. As you can see, like it doesn't match. And then it says Alice already spent her coin when it went to Bob. So she doesn't have a coin anymore. And it says this is how the blockchain tracks the invisible coin. Now you know blockchain. So yeah, it's a nice little book that is for babies. So don't criticize it too much. But it was a nice little book. So you can buy that for your kids. The link in the description below is not an affiliate link. I won't be making any money from you all buying that book if you follow that link. But enjoy it if you do. It's nice for little kids. We've got a whole bunch of that series, like electromagnetism and nuclear energy and all sorts of stuff, like really cool stuff. So anyway, thanks all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.